There we go. Okay, so I just catching up with you. I wanted to find out exactly what's going on with the authority effect and what kind of has transpired since you've added this particular, I guess I would say tool, but I want to know the kind of the transformation of what you feel has happened, and I want to kind of get a picture of how has it changed the way you interact with other people online, in person. So just tell me, first of all, show me your book. I got to see your book.
This is my book. I'm very proud of it.
Right.
And well, this is something that I would never, ever have imagined. The feeling, the authority that I'm feeling. I'm smelling the authority. I'm smelling to be a co-author in a book like this. I'm almost speechless because this is huge. This is so good, and this helps us to talk to more people. I feel it, for example, online, because I am doing my business more online now than I did maybe 2-3 years ago.
Sure.
And, be the author, co-author, and author, it is two different things.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm talking about, people that did not want to talk to me, for example, 1 year ago. They are eager to talk to me today.
Wow.
That is something that I'm just, that's interesting.
Well, we talked about this, when we were going through the early interview, and obviously you saw Matt talking about how it was sometimes when you're going through a transformation and you're moving from what we call the grinder into the Rainmaker stage. So we use the other analogy of coming off the launch pad. You have a glass ceiling that you've been bumping your head against. You really don't know what it is, and you don't really know what's the formula that's going to help you crack the glass to go above it. And so, in retrospect, it wasn't Matt in his case 11 years ago, his income did the huge jump within about a 2-year period of time. But all of a sudden, kind of like what you were saying, people that didn't necessarily want to have a conversation or didn't maybe extend that feeling or trust that you feel, all of a sudden something changed. And he really didn't know what it was until he was through this transformational process. And then he looked back and he goes, okay, what was different? I still work my tail off. Okay. All entrepreneurs do. That's what we do. So I'm still working hard. I'm still trying to work smart, but I don't think I'm really any smarter. So what did this big jump where all of a sudden now I have deals in my industry, out of my industry, I'm being invited to speak on platforms, opportunities just all of a sudden are opening up and blossoming right in front of me. And that was when he looked backwards and said, okay, what have I done differently? Because this is too big of a change. And so you're actually in the process right now. You're, like you said, you can feel it, and you're like, I like the word, you can smell it. That's great.
You smell it, you can almost taste it,
Taste it,
and
okay.
I feel it's also about, you have to dare to do it. When for example, when we were talking earlier this summer, and this was something that maybe I would do with you. Right. You guys you haven't choose me at that point. Right. I was just, do I dare? Do I just do it? Right. I'm not ready. I have never done this before. I'm not ready to do this. But we need to just jump in. We need to, now I'm thinking in Icelandic, Spanish, and English, but I think English word for it is, maybe not dare to do it, but you just have to, although you don't know what you're doing, because I put all my trust on you and you guys, because you know what you are doing, but I wanted to be with you in this process, and I wanted to be a co-author, an author. Right. And I can say it now that this was exactly the correct thing for me to do.
Awesome.
Just do it and figure out later, how can I put this all together? Sure. And there you guys came and helped me.
So what does it feel like now when you're introduced online or even a group of people and you hear your name as not just an author, but tell me, you're not just a best-selling author. What are you? You're a #1 best-selling author, right?
Okay, I got good bumps.
Right, right.
Because this was something that I was not. It was not in my wildest dreams. That when I saw it, I was not sure if that was true. When I saw #1 is my book #1,
right?
because we are talking about the world here on Amazon.
Yes, right, right.
And I was just that I ask you, is this something
Is this
correct?
real? Right, right. I remember, when you took the screenshot, and here's the thing: is this is now a level of authority because it is a title that you now carry with you for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Every business venture, awesome. Everything that you do.
That's huge. And I thought of myself as a teeny little girl from Iceland. Right. Iceland is not a big country, and just #1 this week on Amazon. I was just yes.
You were blown away, right?
But so now, when I hear people, when I'm, for example, hear people talk about it in front of me, I'm just. This is huge.
Right. So tell me, you mentioned that there was a blogger that you're working with and opening doors and stuff like that. How is all that working out, and how are you using this tool in that arena?
Well, when you are talking online to people, and when you, for example, you are working. We all know that the internet and Facebook and the platform Instagram and YouTube, this is something that is going to be the future. We just know that.
Sure.
And now when you are working inside of groups with people that have authority, I feel it now that I have authority. I have published I am one of the co-author of this book, and right. I have this, #1 Amazon thing.
Sure.
The stamp, and that gives me, the feeling that people that not necessarily I would talk to otherwise, they are talking to me on the what do you call it? On the same level.
Yes. Okay. Sure. So you feel that there is a level of equality where before they might not have listened to you because they didn't instantly see that you had a level of authority that matched theirs. And now all of a sudden they see, because you are an author, I now can pay attention to you. I now can listen to you.
It's not that I'm a smaller person or not like that. But in this, when we are working online, we have to, everybody's equal and all that. But this is just how everything is online.
It is.
You need to have something. You need to have something value to give others. And when you don't have anything, you don't have any authority, then your value is
diminished.
You have to work harder to put your value out there. But I feel it now that when I'm giving out my value, we all have values to give. Sure. When I'm giving it out, it's more open.
Yes. So we were talking like in the summer when you were interviewing for this and everything, and we were making the distinction between the grinder and the Rainmaker. So you've actually experienced this now because you're a Rainmaker now.
And I feel that I'm just beginning. This is just, I'm just on the first steps.
Right. Awesome. So, so you've kind of given me that. Let me think if there's anything else. What would I say would you say would be the most unexpected response that you've gotten so far that really just kind of gave you those goosebumps?
Well, maybe that I understood, from, when I'm talking to, how can we put this, when you are talking to other people, and you're in business and you are, the most important thing that I was just, wow, do this really make that so much different? When I just felt it, that people are taking more, they listen to me more.
Correct.
well, we can say authority,
Sure.
but, I don't need to try so much to talk to people now, because all of a sudden they know who I am.
Right.
And that is awesome.
So, that is the thing there that I think a lot of people, when we go back and show them the science that Matt stumbled across, that started this whole chain reaction way back 2012, 2013, when he was first starting the company. And when we made the distinction that the only thing that is the difference between the very hardworking but very low paid grinder, okay, because those individuals, they work really hard, they great work ethics, but they just never seem to get anywhere. There's no traction. And then the thing is your message, the voice that you're wanting to talk about, whatever it is, the business or solution that you're bringing to the table, to clients, to the world, it's just lost in the noise of everyone else. And that is the distinction that Rainmakers, accidentally or on purpose, have figured out. How do I get my message to not be noise, but to turn it into signal? And that's what you're doing.
To be a co-author or author, I would not have imagined how important that is until now, because I have tried it.
Right.
If you would have asked me this question when we were talking together first time, in May or June, I would not have answered you like this. Correct. Because I wouldn't have no idea.
So now
I'm living it.
You've actually experienced that transformation.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Awesome. So tell me, what do you think about your authority website and the other images that we've created for you, for the posters, for the social media stuff? How have you used those, and what kind of response have you got from that?
I use them on my Facebook, on my because I use Facebook and YouTube and Instagram. Well, I have. This is, we can say that one of my aunts that is very critical, she told me, wow, what is happening to you? One of a sudden you are professional. So that maybe answer you, because when we are doing it by ourselves, when, for example, I think everybody have tried to use some clip thing on online and what do you call it?
Social media?
Photoshop.
Oh, sure. So,
but when it's done professionally, it's different. So all the things that I have now and can use online, this is something that is professional, and I can use it, and I use it with a proud, because I feel it that people are. She's doing something good. This is something that, I'm proud of it.
Absolutely. So you've actually learned to use that first 8 seconds for you, that you have to develop that image, and you see the change that's happened now online and offline, the whole 9 yards. Sure.
And the authority webpage, this is something that I am not only using now, when the book is new, but I'm also going to use it in the future.
Sure.
Because this is something that, sometimes we have something that we can use for maybe 1 or 2 months. But this web page is something that I will use in the years to come.
Sure. So have you seen the use of the email signature that has the, it's actually...
Oh, yes.
Okay. You like the way it has your picture and the book that switches in and out? Yeah, the animation.
It's very, very good. And, I of course, there have been changes, and there is going to be more change about the email thing, because we are not using it as much as we did. But when for example, when I need to send email out to people, and they got this, and I got one on Facebook. I got a personal Facebook message that, well, you are professional now. So it's all the same. People are listening to me more, and when people like what they see, they give you more authority.
Absolutely. So
I'm feeling that in
awesome.
in my email signature, in my in this website, and with the pictures and banners and everything.
So have you been able to use the book on a one-on-one basis, like sitting in a coffee house or meeting someone? How does that? Tell me how.
So proud.
Just tell me. Okay.
Because I was meeting women, only one woman, and we were sitting in a coffee house in Alicante, and I had my book in my bag, and I was just chatting. Not because first, of course, we need to get to know people before we just jump our business into them.
Sure.
No, but and I put up this book, and she said, what are you reading? Oh, no, this is my book. Your book? What do you mean your book? And she said, look at my name. I said, can I borrow it? And I just, I can maybe pay it somewhere. And I just, I cannot give you this one, and she went and bought herself a copy.
What a deal.
And I cannot say that I saw the difference, but I felt the difference because we were just talking, but there was a more respect.
Sure.
When she saw that, she's an author, then there's a respect.
All of a sudden.
All of a sudden, it was so much easier to talk to her. So this is maybe something that is the most thing that I feel differently. That is how people approaching me when they know that I'm an author of a book.
And how they react, of course, like when you see it, all the above. So you're getting to feel the full power of the authority effect, and it's becoming more and more that you can use it. So that's
and like I said to you in the beginning, this is new to me, and I have so much ideas in my head how I can use this more in my business and in my life. So
well, you have done exactly what we talk about. So you've broken the glass ceiling. We added the 2 booster rockets. You were already the rocket because you've been a professional. You're sharp. I love your international perspective, coming from Iceland, relocating to Spain, but you basically work all over the world. So this became an ability for you to create a greater reach and amplify that reach as you're doing it. Awesome.
And also, I'm just beginning. This is something that is not only for, like I said, 1 or 2 or 3 months. This is something that will be with me forever.
Absolutely. Right. So I wanted to tell you the surprise, if it's okay for me to kind of finish up here. We love you. We love your chapter that you put in here, and we love you being part of our team. So I wanted to kind of, I don't want to say this, we'd like to put you in our next book. So we're going to start another book called Beyond Success, and we would like for you to be one of the authors in there. So with your permission, we will include you in that book as well.
What?
Yes, absolutely.
I'm speechless. That's not very often.
Well, so is that a yes? Is that a-okay? Are we okay with that?
Oh yes, it's. Thank you very much. Yes.
Okay, awesome.
I have a goosebumps, and I have no idea what this means, but I say yes, thank you.
Awesome. Well, I'll give you, once we have the typesetting of the new book, you'll actually be listed as one of the authors in there, along with many of our other best-selling authors. But we really enjoyed not just your chapter, your focus, but we just love who you are and what you're doing. And so for those unique, special people, we always like to make sure that there's something that we can continue to add. And so your biography and everything like that will be included in your chapter. And so as other people read future authors' and the book, your name will be in there as well, your biography, your web page that we have, your authority web page, and people can still contact you, come by and see you. So we're going to give you some more exposure than what you were expecting.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
So last thing I was going to ask you is, when we actually did the press release, we went out to 1,000 different outlets, and so we put the branding banner on the web page and so forth. Has that caused any specific response from your prospects or clients when they see, as seen on ABC, NBC, CBS? Have you seen anybody key on that specifically?
Not correctly.
Okay.
But I know that people they see it and just, this is something huge.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And people have not tell it directly to me that CNN or all the
sure
banners, but I know that people are just looking at me and just, what are you doing?
Exactly, something different. Sure. Okay. Well, I appreciate your time. I know you're super busy, and I appreciate you giving us this interview. And I want to come back here in a couple more months as you get more trajectory off the launch pad. And if I can, just do a follow-up and see how things are continuing to go as you figure out how to use this tool and do other things. I want to hear about your story. So we'll create this to kind of be the Adda story, and we'll go on down the road with it. How about that?
Awesome.
All right. Thank you. Thank you again for your time.